Hello and welcome everybody to today's edition of Mexico News Network's Breaking News Business. I'm your host, Elliot Bullman. Before we start, remember to follow us on all our social media networks, Facebook, Twitter and Google+, and you can follow us live on MexicoNewsNetwork.com for relevant stories and news. Let's start with today's show. Booking forecasts for beach hotels in Mexico are expected to be the highest in 13 years for the summer vacation season. It's very likely that those looking for hotel nights and flights to Mexico's main beaches during the upcoming summer vacations will no longer find availability. Less than a month away from the start of the season, reports from David Rebolledo, CEO of online travel agency Best Day, reveal an increase in reservations of 20% to stay in Cancun, the Riviera Maya, mainly in Playa del Carmen, Puerto Vallarta, Huatulco and Los Cabos compared to a year ago. More Mexicans are traveling domestically, and there's the program Conoce Primero Tus Playas, and also more international travelers come, Rebolledo added. Last year, 35 million foreign travelers arrived in Mexico, and the first quarter of 2017, there was an increase of 6% on an annualized basis, according to data from Banxico. So far this year, 23 new international flights have opened to different destinations in the country. According to data from the Confederation of National Chambers of Commerce, Services and Tourism, the summer vacations of 2016 left the country with a spill of 348 billion pesos. In other news, the amount of money that circulates in the world of football is incredible. So, the large cash prize that the 2017 Confederations Cup champion will receive hardly comes as a surprise to anyone. Just by securing a place in the tournament, which is the precursor to next year's World Cup, FIFA guaranteed $2 million to the 8 participating teams. Compared to the last Confederations Cup held in Brazil, the prize has increased by 5%. Mexico qualified for its 7th Confederations Cup by virtue of winning the CONCACAF Cup in 2015. Mexico hosted and actually won the tournament in 1999. The FIFA Confederations Cup is held every 4 years and is contested by the holders of each of the 6 regional championships, along with the FIFA World Cup holder and the host nation, to bring the number of teams to a total of 8. Ticket prices for the opening group stage matches range from $500 to $1,000, and for the final, tickets cost from $1,250 to $5,600. And in terms of the top prizes, for the team that finishes in 4th place, FIFA will award $3 million, the 3rd place team gets $3.5 million, the runner-up $4.5 million, and the champion will scoop a record $5 million. Mexico played a thrilling opening encounter against reigning European champions Portugal, which resulted in a 2-2 draw, and won their second match 2-1 against New Zealand on Wednesday. So now their final group game will be against tournament hosts Russia on Saturday. In other headlines, the sport utility vehicle, or SUV, is the new favorite in the Mexican auto market. A fifth of all vehicles sold in Mexico in 2016 were of this type, which is a significant proportion considering that the prices of most of these models exceed 300,000 pesos. Last year, sales of this type of model grew 17.8% in the country, and in the first 5 months of the year, sales are already up 8% from the same period in 2016, according to data from the Mexican Automotive Industry Association. For brands like Hyundai, these types of models represent 65% of their total sales. In Mexico, the automaker offers 3 cars of this class, and last week launched the family version of Santa Fe, which, unlike the sport version, has 3 rows of seats with seating for 7 passengers. The Nissan Kicks, which launched last year, is already the 3rd best-selling SUV in Mexico. Meanwhile, Renault also recently launched a new model, Capture, to strengthen its offer in this segment. The success of these vehicles in the Mexican market is due to several factors. On the one hand, supply has grown due to increased global demand, while on the other hand, increased access to credit has favored the sale of these models in the Mexican market. And finally, let's take a look at the markets. The Mexican peso decreased 0.36% to 18.16 from 18.22 in the previous trading session. IPC Mexico decreased 0.1% to 48,983 from 49,033 in the previous trading session. This was all for today. Thank you for staying with us. I'm your host, Elliot Bullman. Before we go, don't forget to follow us on all our social media networks and to follow us on our website, mexiconewsnetwork.com, for more information on Mexico and the world. Until next time.